If you're struggling to walk again after your stroke, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Elise. I hold a clinical doctorate in occupational therapy, and I'm also a certified stroke rehab specialist. Today, I'm gonna cover my top 3 most effective exercises to help you get walking again after your stroke. No special equipment needed, and I'll be showing you modifications to both increase and decrease the challenge of each exercise based on where you're at in your recovery. First things first, always make sure that you check with your doctor or therapist before starting any new exercise or therapy routine. You also want to make sure you're taking appropriate safety precautions with each of these exercises. Whether you're sitting or standing, either hold on to or sit on something solid and sturdy that's not going to roll away from you. You want to stop if you feel any pain or dizziness, and have somebody with you for extra support if you feel unsteady on your feet. With that said, let's get into our first exercise, marching. I know this exercise is overplayed, it's talked about a lot, but the thing is, it's really important to lay the foundation to walk again after your stroke. And here's the reason why. It helps to strengthen up your hip flexors, those muscles that help to raise the leg up. And this is really important because during walking, during gait, you have to be able to lift your leg up in order to propel yourself forward, right? Especially important during the swing phase of gait. So, to do this exercise in sitting, you want both feet flat on the ground. You want to try to maintain some good posture while you're doing this, and you want to raise one leg up towards the ceiling or towards your chest, and then alternate and do the other one. We don't want to forget about your unaffected side. There have actually been some studies that show that stroke survivors' unaffected sides can become weaker because they focus so heavily on the affected side. So it's really important that we do both. Let's try 5 of these together. So you're going to raise one leg, slowly lower, other leg, slowly lower. Up, up. This is number 3, 4, and 5. Very nice. Now, what are the modifications we can make to either increase or decrease the challenge for you? So if this is really too hard for you, you can use your unaffected hand to help lift up your affected side. It's okay to give a little bit of help, especially when you're just starting out. You want to start to rebuild that mind-body connection. And if you need a little bit of help to do it, that's a great way to start. To make it more challenging, you can lift your legs really high, really trying to push them up towards your chest. You can also put a cuff weight on your ankle if you want to give a little bit of resistance. Now, you can also do this in standing as well. Of course, if you're going to do this in standing, you want to make sure that you've got something solid and sturdy to hang on to. And then, just like in sitting, you're going to raise one leg up at a time, alternate to the other one, back and forth. You can make that even more challenging by hanging on with just one hand or even closing your eyes while you do it. Exercise number 2 is knee extensions. Now, knee extensions are a really great gait training exercise because they help to strengthen your quadriceps muscle, that big group of muscles here on the front of your thigh. And that's important because the quadriceps are used in several different phases of gait. So to do a seated knee extension, you're going to try to sit upright, have good posture, and then you're going to straighten out your knee and then slowly lower your leg back down. Now, again, we're going to alternate back and forth between our legs because we don't want to leave out the unaffected side. So let's go ahead and try 5 together. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very nice. So now let's talk about modifications. How do we make this a little easier? How do we make it a little bit harder? To make this exercise a little bit easier, you can of course just not bring your leg up as high. Even if you just try to clear the ground with your foot, or if you can't even get your leg all the way straight, that's okay. Just do your best. Now, to make this a little bit harder, you can lift your leg higher. Try to get it parallel to the floor. You can also put on an ankle weight, so wrap a cuff weight around your ankle to give a little bit more resistance. And of course, you can also try these in standing. So make sure that you're holding on to a sturdy, solid surface, and then you can pick up your leg, try to straighten out your knee, and then slowly lower it back to the ground, alternating between both legs. Exercise number 3 is standing weight shifts. When we walk, we have to shift our weight in order to be able to lift up one leg, take a step, and then vice versa, do the same thing on the other side. And this exercise helps to build that skill safely. So in order to do standing weight shifts, you want to make sure you're holding on to something sturdy and solid. I'm going to turn around to show you. And then all you're going to do is shift weight to one leg and then come over onto the other. Let's go ahead and practice 5 together. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great job. You'll notice that I did that movement very slowly, very controlled. This isn't about getting the exercises done as quickly as you can. It's about relearning and regaining the skill. So don't hurry through these. Take your time, slow, controlled movements. Now, the easiest way to do this is to stand at a surface using both hands on that solid, sturdy surface as you shift weight from one side to the other. Now, if you want to make these a little bit more challenging, you can take away one hand so that you have a little less support. You can take away both hands if you've got somebody with you or you feel like you're stable enough to try it. You can also try closing your eyes. That's really going to be very challenging. And then sort of the last way to really up the ante here is to weight shift, but lift your leg up, going into a one-legged stand, shifting weight over, one-legged stand. How many sets and repetitions of these exercises should you be doing? I'd recommend between 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 30 repetitions, either every day or every other day. I know that's a wide range, but I have people at various points in their stroke recovery journey who watch these videos. So for some, 10 may feel almost impossible, while for others, 30 is a more sufficient challenge. I recommend starting out with whatever you can do and building your way up. You also want to make sure that if you're doing all of these exercises, the sets at one time, that you're taking 1 to 2 minutes of rest breaks in between each set. Remember, consistency, repetition, and intensity are all key to seeing progress. So keep at it, build your habit every day, every other day, and track your progress to see how far you can get. If you liked this video, you may also find this one helpful. I cover the one exercise you need to help rebuild leg strength after your stroke. And please leave me a comment and let me know what's been most helpful for you to work on walking again after your stroke. As always, a huge thank you to all of the donors who make this nonprofit possible, with a special thanks to Heather G, Ryan D, Modus Nova, and Joseph M, and our Empowerer tier on Patreon. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.